Hello. So this is chapter 35, support groups to promote and sustain recovery. The history of Alcoholics Anonymous. There was social atmosphere in the United States which traditionally placed great emphasis on public confession, contrition, and salvation through spirituality. AA is believed to have been founded on June 10, 1935, Dr. Bob and Bill Wilson. Alcoholics Anonymous was published in 1939, now known as the Big Book of AA. About 57,900 clubs in the United States, 5 million people in the United States attend a self-help group at least once a year. Elements of AA. 3 types of closed meetings: discussion meetings, speaker meetings, and step meetings. Other common themes are shared experiences of inability to control substance use, self-governing, education, a primary goal, accepting responsibility for one's behavior. Open meetings, speaker or discussion meetings open to any interested person with no requirement of participation. Okay, so breakdown of the 12 steps. So this is just talking about the elements of AA breakdown. So the first 3 steps. Confront social stigma of addiction. Accept that the disease does affect the individual. Admit powerlessness over alcohol. Steps 4 to 9. Change orientation activities to identify, confront, and overcome character shortcomings that were so much a part of addiction. Working through guilt over past behaviors. Develop recovery-centered support systems. Identify and face resentments over past harms. So steps 10 through 12. Continue on the foundation earlier established. Search out and identify personal shortcomings and confront them. Suspend judgment of others and watch out for false pride. And then it's continue your spiritual growth. The relationship between Alcoholics Anonymous and religion. People often complain about the religious aspects of AA may be used as an excuse not to attend. The user must understand the difference between faith, spirituality, and religion. Compulsive alcoholism is viewed as the opposite of true spiritual growth. Emphasis on the higher power is not seen as being endorsing of a given religion. Only 1A is for anonymous. Anonymous and most are closed meetings. Anonymity is a cornerstone of the AA meeting, but the anonymity has been violated in various ways over many years. Another aspect of anonymity is that no single person might assume the role of speaking for an entire AA group. This helps to emphasize humility. AA groups are to be self-supporting and not-for-profit. Many are offered spaces in churches which donate meeting space. Some AA groups purchase buildings for their meetings. The primary purpose of AA. Confrontation has a different meaning and use within the context of an AA meeting. 3 factors have been found to determine the success of AA. Frequency of attending meetings, individuals' level of participation in meetings, a one-day-at-a-time mindset versus long-term recovery. Outcome studies, the effectiveness of Alcoholics Anonymous, 1 of 3. Research is extremely limited and the results are very mixed. The average AA member has almost 10 months of sobriety. 49% have been alcohol-free for more than 60 months. And 27% have less than 12 months of recovery. One problem with surveys is that the person who choose to participate in the study are, by definition, different than those who decline to do so. Researchers found post-treatment AA involvement fell into 4 categories: low AA involvement, medium AA involvement, high initial AA involvement, declining AA involvement. Abstinence was inversely related to category 1. The benefits of participation in a 12-step group remain unproven, although there is a tendency for individuals who remain absent to be involved in a 12-step group. Unfortunately, the very nature of AA, or similar self-help groups, make it virtually impossible to design a study to isolate those elements that might help make AA effective, and or the characteristics of those who are most likely to benefit from such groups. Narcotics Anonymous. It is like AA, except it is exclusive of all drug addiction types. Currently, there are more than 67,000 weekly meetings of NA. Other 12-step groups, Al-Anon and Al-Latin, for significant others of alcoholics or drug addictions life. 30,000 Al-Anon groups in the United States at this time. Support groups other than 12-step groups. Rational recovery, self-management recovery trainings, which is SMART. Secular organizations for sobriety, SOS. Women for sobriety, WFS. Moderation management, MM. Life Ring. Faith-based recovery initiatives, and minority group-oriented recovery programs. Challenges to traditional 12-step movement, often regarded inaccurately as cults. Issue the recovery is murky. Based on fundamentals, tradition of Washington revival has a one-size-fits-all program. Emphasis on the need for the individual to hit bottom and achieve a state of spiritual desperation. Not founded on science. Only about 20% will abstain from alcohol for the rest of their lives. So that's it for this chapter. Thank you for listening.